This is Next Steps for Seniors with your host, Wendy Jones. Each week, Wendy brings resources and information to help guide you through those next steps with elderly parents and loved ones. You can follow, subscribe, and share on your favorite podcast platform. If you have questions or topic suggestions for Wendy, you can call us at 248-651-5010 or email at hello@nextstepsforseniors.com.
Welcome to Next Steps for Seniors Conversations on Aging. We are here today with Karen Milam. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
And Karen is very familiar and has a passion for seniors and loves fitness and just positivity in general. But today we're going to talk about functional fitness because it's a little different, like what you can do, right?
Yes.
To function on a day-to-day basis.
And one of the things, right, with the functional fitness, if you haven't heard that term yet, you're going to start hearing it because everybody as we age wants to maintain, if not get stronger. I truly love, if you're 70s or you have a loved one in their 80s, maintaining is huge, right? Like if we can maintain our strength from year to year.
Yeah, I don't need to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah, between like your, diagnosis or life happens, it's so easy that all of a sudden you think, oh my God, I had to take 3 months off, or I haven't been able to work out or exercise for a year. So life is up and down, as we all know. And the longer you're living, the more years you're going to have where you think, what happened this month? So functional fitness really gives us the opportunity to look at aging, longevity, happiness, wellness, and putting those things together. So it's not so much I've got to do 40 squats every day, 3 sets. It's kind of like, what are you doing? How do you feel when you get up, right? If you're feeling weak and you can't quite do the things that you used to do, the day-to-day tasks, then we need to get stronger, right? We need to practice some of our skills more because we want to be functionally fit.
What are some of the things that, like day to day, that we do that are harder to do that you would be like, oh, we can help you with
Putting
that?
our shoes on, socks on.
Okay, there's one.
First, we start just holding onto the dresser. Then we start sitting down, and then you're kind of in a lay down position because you can't get on one foot.
And then you don't buy shoes that tie. You just slip-ons because it's too hard to do it anymore.
Or you just skip wearing the socks. They're too hard to pull
Or just
out.
don't wear shoes.
So we're all going to look around at everybody's feet and think, oh, how was your day? So functional fitness, getting dressed sometimes, a frozen shoulder, a little achiness.
Putting on a coat maybe is hard.
You just lose a little flexibility. You feel a little stiffer. Things aren't moving as quickly as they used to. And then you feel kind of bummed out. You think to yourself, well, this is it. Now I feel old. You don't feel old. You've just got a little deconditioned. And you need to get back into that functional fit. You need to practice it more. Lift your knee up a little bit more during the day. Maybe you've sat too long and you need to move a little bit more. Gardening is functional. Cooking is functional. Carrying your grocery bags in every day. You want to feel strong when you do it. So maybe you buy a couple sets of hand weights or pick up some water bottles and practice just holding something in your hand.
And walking in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's actually called a farmer. That's a real exercise. Olympic lifters grab really heavy weights and then they just walk with them.
Yeah, but don't do that. Don't do real heavy.
Exactly. But you might think, these grocery bags got really heavy. Or you got to put a bag of mulch down. And you think, I used to just buy mulch and not think about it. Now you're worried about how you're going to carry that one bag of mulch.
Well, I had a client in her 60s that couldn't had difficulty putting their suitcase in the trunk.
Oh, 100%.
And called and said, okay, give me your fitness people because I can't, I'm done. I mean, this is embarrassing. I can't get my suitcase in the trunk.
That's a great example.
Right? And it's something that we don't do every day.
No.
So you don't realize that you can't do it until you're standing there by your trunk with your suitcase and you're like, okay, now what do I do?
The golf clubs are another great example. The guys want to keep golfing. We're getting those golf club
big old bags
into the back of the seat of the trunk of the car.
Right.
That case of water at Costco, it goes into the cart pretty easy.
Getting it out is a whole different.
Right? We've all been there. That's functional fitness. That's exercise, where everything you do during the day, you look at it with those eyes of, this is a skill that I'm not guaranteed to have just because I'm 62. right? Like I might lose some of that fitness.
Well, and I think it's important not to judge too, because we all at different times in our life are going to lose different things.
Yep.
And you don't know the story behind it. So I was on an airplane and I had a gal next to me. She was trying to open the water bottle. And I was like, oh, let me do that for you. Because I know it's different. Those little tops, I swear they're making them smaller and smaller and smaller.
100%.
But it's almost impossible to
Really
open this
hard.
thing. So add 20 years to me. There's no way I'm going to be able to do it.
And our skin gets a little thinner, and it's really hard to grab those water bottles and pinch them open. It hurts, right?
So these are the things. Is there an exercise, by the way, for your hands that you can
Yes.
strengthen?
You got to open and close them, and then you have to practice opening that bottle, right? Work the
Twisting.
grip. Yeah. You know, the grip strength, you guys will hear a lot about that maybe. Squeezy balls were really popular for a long time, where you just grab a ball and you squeeze it for your grip strength, okay? So that's an exercise. Opening and closing the hand, 5 or 6 times. You're going to feel that blood pump. You're going to feel that little achy arthritis flare up, so that when you go to open your water bottle one time at the airport, you might go, wow, that is really weak. So I better do a little bit of hand movement exercises.
So stress balls is the best.
Yeah, those are good.
I know the baseball players, they have these little springy things
Yes. Those are good.
that you can squeeze.
Yeah, they're harder, right? Like they have a little resistance to them, and they're really hard to close. We care about stuff like picking up a casserole, getting a gallon of milk out of the refrigerator, because what happens is when we get a little joint pain or you get a little flare up at any age, it kind of shocks you and catches you by surprise. And what happens is then you get a little bit worried or nervous about the next time you grab it. Is your hand going to hurt? Is your shoulder going to bother you? And what we don't want to do is have you stop doing things because the last time you did them, it hurt. We want to keep you functionally fit and moving through your day, doing all the things you love.
I heard cherry juice decreases inflammation.
Yeah.
Have you heard that?
Yeah. And it's kind of tart, but it is good for the joints, right? Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
And especially if you
We're
like
not
it.
doctors, but we're
No.
just saying if
Yeah,
you want to try
there's
it.
good tips out there, right? As we get older, you learn a few things from each other.
Just a couple few. Okay, so what other things can we be doing functional medicine wise, that functional fitness wise?
Yeah. At home, you want to just use your body. If one of your goals is to keep your legs strong, you march in place. You walk around the house. You can walk outside if you're comfortable, but there's things at home driving your knee up and down. Sitting in a chair, lifting your knee up and putting it down.
Because is that your hamstring? What are you using
The front,
for that?
the quads, the top
quads.
of that,
Okay.
that thigh. So I always try to encourage my seniors to not judge themselves according to what their friend can do or what they could do last year. Stand up, see how you feel, reach your arms up over your head, roll your shoulders out, and if you don't love exercise, which I totally understand, not everybody wants to spend 3 hours a day, pick a number. Pick 8, pick 4. It's nothing that you need to be afraid of. The industry sometimes makes it so confusing. Am I doing the right number? How many should I be doing? Go easy. 5, 10, roll your shoulders, stand and sit 5 or 6 times. If you get tired, then take a break. Tomorrow, try to do 5 again. If it's easy, add another one. Let's not complicate it, right? There's things around your house. Grab a water bottle and just carry it around. If you know you've got chores to do, seasonal chores for the summer, pulling out a power washer.
Pulling weeds seems to be a difficult one. I'm just
gardening.
curious what you've got for that. Any
Yes.
ideas?
Practicing it. And don't go out and pull all the weeds in one
The
day.
same day.
Your poor little hands and your back are going to really get tired. Remembering that is exercise.
Well, and using a little chair or stool.
Yes, bring something out. Prepare yourself to do really good. Look around. Practice at home first. Put your hand next to the table. Practice getting down on your knee. Don't wait till you get out in the middle of the grass and find out.
In the sun, no
Right.
water, whatever,
Middle
and,
of the
then you
day.
can't get...
Yeah, and you can't get back up.
So getting on all fours is the key, right?
Yeah. We want to be able to get down onto the ground, sit on your bum, feel comfortable, and then transfer back up to standing. Now, the funny thing is it seems real easy, but it's not. It's a very challenging, big exercise. So do not get discouraged if your brain says, I don't want to get on the ground. I don't think I can do that, right? Then you have to practice. First, you just put one knee down, maybe on a cushion if your knee hurts. You don't have to just lay down there and then find out you're stuck, right? you want to work at
Well, and if you
things.
do, I'm throwing this out there, you can call the fire department. It's called Lift Assist, and they will come out and help you get off the floor.
And you were just telling me about that, and I had no idea. And I have work with a lot of seniors. So they call the fire department, and they just say,
I'm stuck on the floor. I need help to get up. Now,
Okay.
of course, if you keep calling the fire department, they're going to be like, okay, where'd you
because
hear
it's
this?
not an emergency.
Well, yeah,
It's
they
just
may
more
start.
of a-
It's got to be like once
so
in a blue
nice.
moon or whatever. But if it's every week, obviously we have a bigger problem.
Right.
And that's when you need to call Next Steps for Seniors, so we can
yes.
help you. Yes, but the reality of the situation is we want to stay independent. We want to be on our own. We want to stay in our home. So let's do it safely.
Yes.
That's all.
And think about all of the times you move your body. That's exercise. Brushing the teeth, getting dressed, walking into the kitchen. That's movement. And movement is good for you. So think about moving your body more and staying functionally active.
I do feel like sunlight is really healthy too. So now that we're in a nice month, right? So let's get outside and just walk a little bit in the sunlight every morning.
love
It kind of resets your body to, oh, it's morning and it's sunlight.
Yes.
So then you're ready to take on the day. And believe it or not, you will be less tired and take less naps
Yes.
when you are starting the day with a walk in the
That would
morning.
be a great functional fit encouragement to stay positive and set a little goal and say, every day I'm going to go outside and get a little bit of air on my cheeks, some fresh air.
Well, and it's vitamin D too.
Yes. And the sun when we can get it.
All right. Well, thank you, Karen.
Yes.
What's the best way to reach you?
I would just give me a call. If you have any questions on aging, longevity, you can call me at 248-227-5702.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for being with us. You're listening to Next Steps for Seniors, Conversations on Aging. The next steps can be the best steps.